Hey guys, welcome to Pepcoding. In today's lecture, we are going to solve the problem stack to queue adapter add efficient. Okay, so what we will be doing here, we will be making a queue using a stack. Okay, but in Python, there's no stack. We make a stack using list. Okay, this is like a stack. We generally use the functions of list to make a stack. Okay, so now we have to do what we have to make the queue. So let's read the question. The class is we have to give something like custom queue. Okay, so we have to implement it as FIFO cementing. What is FIFO cementing? It's first in first out. Okay, we have to make it like a queue. So plus there are some functions which are add, remove, peak and size. Peak is what? Peak is that we have to return the first element of the queue. Okay, this is peak. And size is what we have to return the size. Okay, so here you can see we have provided a list. Okay, and the name of that list is array. I'm going to call array. Okay, fine. So we have to remove something. If something is there, then we have to remove it in the FIFO semantic order. And if nothing is available, then we have to print what? Queue underflow. Otherwise we have to return -1. Same thing in the peak, we have to return the value in the FIFO semantic way. But in the peak, we just have to return the value of the very first element. We just don't have to remove it. And we have to print what? We have to print queue underflow if the size of my queue is 0. And in size, we just have to return the size. Okay, so let's try to figure it out at what's going on. So we have to make a queue using the stack or list, you can say. Okay, so what I will be doing here, see, let's write this like, okay, this is a list. Let's say whatever it was array. So let's just imagine an imaginary queue. Okay, this is my imaginary queue. Fine. So what I'm going to do now, some functions were there: push, peek, remove, and one was size. Okay, so let's talk about firstly size. What is the length of this array right now? It's 0. Okay, if someone calls this size function right now, so we will be just returning the length of this array. What is it? This is 0 right now. Okay, because we haven't added anything, my imaginary queue is also empty. Now let's talk about the push function. Okay, so let's say if I want to push something, I'm going to push 10 in my queue. In my imaginary queue, it will be like this. Fine, I'll be getting my element at the very first position. Okay, so I'll be doing nothing. I'll be just appending my elements in the list. Okay, then my array will be looking like this, fine. So nothing is this. Okay, my array will be looking like this. So what I will be doing next, if I want to remove something, I will be removing it from the very first position. What is the very first position? It's 0 index. I'll be removing it from the 0 index, whatever will be there. Okay, so now peak, we just have to return the very first element. Okay, so peak and pop function are very nice here, and plus add function is also very nice. Okay, now say I'm going to push what? I'm going to push 30. So 30 is here, and my array will be looking like this. Fine, now I'm going to push 40. My queue will be like this, and my array will be like what? My array will be like this. Okay, now if someone called the size function, I'll be getting what? I'll be just returning the length of my array. What is the length of the array right now? It's 3. And what is the size of my queue right now? Imaginary queue, it's 3. So it's okay. Okay, now if I want to remove something, I'm going to remove from the 0th index. I think you understood this, what we'll be doing in the code. Let's try to write this. Okay, so if this size, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to return the length of my self dot array. Fine, we don't have to do anything. It's very easy question. Okay, and in add, what we have to do, we just have to append. How I'm going to append it? Let's see, self dot array dot append. Fine, I hope this is correct. Yes, it is correct. Okay, I'm going to append it here. Okay, fine. So I have added also. Now I'm going to return from here. Now let's talk about peak. What I will be doing. uh data. Okay, remove. Let's talk about remove. If my length, size of my array, that means self dot array is equals to 0, then I'm going to do what? Let's see what we have to do. We have to print q under flow and return -1. We have to print q in the flow. We have to return what? We have to return -1. Plus one more thing, what we have to do is we have to remove now. So I am going to remove from my array self dot array dot remove. Move from where? 0 position. I'm just going to return this directly. Fine. Let's store it somewhere. So I don't want any problem. Okay, I'm going to return. Okay, fine. It's fine. I think in the peak, what we have to do, we have to do the same thing. It's pop. Yeah, it's not remove. I'm sorry. It's pop. Yes, now it's correct. In this, what I have to do, I have to do the same thing in the peak function. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy, and when I have popped my this, I'm going to insert it again at the 0th position. So what I'm going to do, you just see guys. Okay, so I'm going to add this self dot array dot insert it where? At the 0th index. And what is it? Is r. I'm going to write it as, yes, it's r. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so what I have done, let's see again. In the size function, what I have done, I have just returned the size of my array, that is length, array length. Okay, whatever it is. In add, I have just normally appended my datas in the array. Okay, in peak, what I have done, if the length of my array equals to 0, then I have printed q under flow and I have returned -1 from here. Okay, and I have stored my my very first element, which is at the 0th index, in the variable r. And then in the peak function, what I have to add, I don't have to remove my very first element. Okay, then I have done what I have initially popped it initially. Then I have popped it and I have stored it, my element which is at the 0th index. Then I have appended it, I have inserted it where? At the 0th index. And what I have inserted? My removed element. Okay, then I have returned it. Okay, in the remove function, normally I just have popped it out and I just have returned it. Okay, let's try to run and hope if there's no error. Yes, it's accepted. Let's try to submit this. Okay, we are getting full marks, so this means we have passed all the test cases. So guys, I hope you understood this question. If you are having any doubt, please watch this video again, and if you like the video, please hit the like button and please share and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys. We'll meet in the next lecture. Bye bye.